Chioma, in her snake form, slithered away as fast as she could, with tears in her eyes. She didn't understand why the people she loved would want to hurt her. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by vast savannas and tall mountains, there lived a young African girl named Chioma. Chioma was known for her kind heart and her beautiful smile that could light up the darkest room. She had a secret, though. Every full moon, she would turn into a snake. Chioma's life was simple and full of joy. She helped her parents on the farm during the day and played with her friends in the evening. But as the full moon approached, she would become anxious, knowing that soon she would have to hide away from the world. One day, a new family moved into the village, and with them came a boy named Kwame. Kwame was curious and adventurous, and he quickly became fascinated by the stories of the mysterious girl who disappeared every full moon. He decided to find out why. As the moon grew fuller, Kwame followed Chioma from a distance as she walked into the forest. Hiding behind a tree, he watched in amazement as Chioma transformed into a beautiful golden snake with sparkling eyes. Kwame couldn't believe his eyes, but he wasn't scared. He saw the same kindness in the snake's eyes that he had seen in Chioma's. The next day, Kwame approached Chioma and told her he knew her secret. Instead of being angry, Chioma was relieved. She had never had a friend who knew the real her. They quickly became close, and Chioma found herself looking forward to the full moon because it meant she could share her secret world with Kwame. But their happiness was not to last. One day, a terrible drought hit the village, and the crops began to fail. The villagers, desperate and scared, decided that a snake was a bad omen and that it must be causing the drought. They didn't know the snake was actually Chioma. Kwame tried to defend Chioma, telling the villagers that the snake was harmless, but they wouldn't listen. They set out to hunt the snake, and Chioma had to flee for her life. Chioma, in her snake form, slithered away as fast as she could, with tears in her eyes. She didn't understand why the people she loved would want to hurt her. Kwame ran after her, trying to keep up, but he couldn't keep pace with the swift snake. As Chioma reached the edge of the village, she turned back to look at Kwame one last time. In that moment, she wished more than anything to be just a girl again, to run away with Kwame and leave the fear and misunderstanding behind. But she knew she couldn't. She had to keep moving, to find a new place where she could be safe. And so Chioma disappeared into the tall grasses of the savannah, leaving her old life behind. Kwame stood at the edge of the village, watching until she was out of sight, his heart heavy with sadness. The story doesn't end here, though. Chioma's journey continues, and who knows what adventures and new friends she will find in the wide world beyond her village. But one thing is for sure, she will always remember Kwame, the boy who saw her for who she truly was. And maybe, just maybe, their paths will cross again one day. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, Chioma, in her golden snake form, slithered through the tall grasses of the savannah. The world was vast, and for the first time, she felt a sense of freedom she had never known. The savannah was alive with sounds and movements that were both thrilling and intimidating. Days turned into weeks, and Chioma learned to embrace her new life. She discovered she could communicate with other animals, and they, unlike the humans, did not judge her for her dual nature. She made friends with a wise old elephant who taught her the secrets of the savannah, and a playful monkey who showed her the joy of living in the moment. But Chioma could not forget Kwame and the village she had left behind. She missed the laughter of the children and the warmth of the community. She wondered if they ever thought of her, if they missed her too, or if they were glad she was gone. One night, as Chioma gazed at the stars, she heard a familiar voice. It was Kwame, calling out to her. He had set out to find her, to tell her that the drought had ended, and the village realized that she was not the cause of their misfortune. They wanted her back. Chioma's heart swelled with a mix of emotions, joy, fear, and doubt. Could she return to a place that had once turned against her? Could she forgive and start anew? She decided to meet Kwame at the edge of the savannah. As she approached, she saw him standing there, just as she remembered, with hope in his eyes. They talked for hours, and Kwame told her of the changes in the village, how her absence had opened their eyes to the beauty of diversity and the folly of superstition. With Kwame's words, Chioma felt a change within her. As the first light of dawn touched the sky, she transformed back into her human form, something she hadn't done since she fled. She hugged Kwame, and together they walked back to the village. The villagers welcomed Chioma with open arms, their faces filled with remorse and gratitude. They had built a statue in her honor, a golden snake coiled around her heart, symbolizing the love and strength she had shown them. Chioma realized that her journey had not been just about finding a safe place for herself, but also about teaching others the value of acceptance. She had become a bridge between two worlds, human and animal, and her story would be told for generations to come. And so Chioma found her place not just in the village but in the hearts of all who heard her story. She continued to turn into a snake with every full moon, but now, instead of hiding, she celebrated her unique gift with the village, and they, in turn, celebrated her. Chioma's journey had come full circle, and she knew that no matter what form she took, she would always have a home. What a captivating story! Chioma's journey beautifully portrays themes of self-discovery, acceptance, and the power of forgiveness. The imagery of the savannah and Chioma's transformation adds depth to the narrative, making it a memorable tale of resilience and belonging. Hey everyone! If you're enjoying these African folk tales, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories like this. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on similar captivating tales. Let's keep this storytelling journey alive together. Subscribe to African Folktales by Africa now.